Today's episode of Overlooked History is about Joshua Abraham Norton, one of the most famous leaders in San Francisco history. Joshua Abraham Norton is believed to have been born on February 4th, 1818, in Deptford, England. His family was Jewish and moved to South Africa in 1820. Norton later moved to San Francisco in 1849 during the gold rush. Some say he arrived wealthy with a $40,000 inheritance from his father. Other accounts say he gained his wealth while in San Francisco. Regardless of how he got his money, he became well respected in San Francisco and invested in real estate. In late 1852, China was facing a famine and banned the export of rice. As the price of rice rose in San Francisco, Norton heard of a ship coming from Peru with a shipment of Peruvian rice. He purchased its entire cargo, but after the purchase he learned even more ships were on the way. These shipments of Peruvian rice helped return the rice market back to normal. Because Norton had spent a great deal of money on his shipment of rice, he lost a lot of his money. He sued the ship's owner but lost the case. Norton finally declared bankruptcy in 1858. By the next year, however, he was back in San Francisco's talk of a town. On September 17, 1859, he published a letter in many area newspapers stating, "At the peremptory request and desire of a large majority of the citizens of these United States, I, Joshua Norton, formerly of Algoa Bay, Cape of Good Hope, and now for the last 9 years and 10 months past of San Francisco, California, declare and proclaim myself Emperor of the United States, and in virtue of the authority thereby in me vested, do hereby order and direct representatives of the different states of the Union to assemble in the Municipal Hall of this city on the first day of February next, then and there to make such alterations in the existing laws of the Union as may ameliorate the evils under which the country is laboring, and thereby cause confidence to exist, both at home and abroad, in our stability and integrity." After this edict, he called himself Norton I, Emperor of the United States. The people of San Francisco loved Norton's newfound fame and bowed to him as he traveled through the streets. The local army officers at the Presidio gave him a uniform to wear as he traveled the city. His occupation was even listed in the city directory as Emperor. Within a month of declaring himself Emperor, he decreed Congress should be abolished on charges of corruption. He ordered Major General Winfield Scott to remove Congress from the Capitol building. Unsurprisingly, Congress continued business as usual. In 1861, Napoleon III of France conquered Mexico. After this event, Norton I added Protector of Mexico to his title. In 1867, Norton was arrested so he could be treated for a potential mental illness. This caused public outcry, and Norton was released, and the chief of police issued a formal apology. Norton went on to publish his own imperial money, and rumors spread he was courting Queen Victoria. His greatest edict came in 1872, when he ordered a suspension bridge be built between San Francisco and Oakland. No one took his idea seriously at the time, but a suspension bridge was finally built in the area suggested in 1936, and there are now efforts to rename it after Norton. Emperor Norton died in 1880, and 10,000 people came to see his funeral procession throughout the streets of San Francisco. He inspired authors like Mark Twain, and was even the subject of an episode of Bonanza. Norton I, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico, remains one of San Francisco's most bizarre leaders. Thank you.